If you have to lie to win, you don't deserve to win. I never said Hillary Clinton was an inspiration.
You know, I often say that the reason I got into politics was because of Hillary Clinton.
I didn't know her, although I had met her several years before at a women's professional event in Greenville, South Carolina. At that event, she had inspired me to run for office and make my voice heard. And in some ways, she remained inspiring.
She is actually the reason that I made the jump.
Because you write about her being a big inspiration for you.
All right, folks. Well, I guess we're doing 2 Nikki Haley videos in a row because last night our favorite establishment warmongering neocon did a town hall with Fox News, and it basically went the exact way you'd expect, you know, just a bunch of utter garbage all around. But I want to focus this video specifically on a claim she made having to do with this idea of Nikki being the Republican Hillary Clinton, right? Because anyone who doesn't like Nikki, myself included, often use this talking point, which is she comes across as very similar to Hillary. She acts very similar. She uses the woman card whenever anyone disagrees with her, just like Hillary does, the identity politics front. And so to me, the comparison there has always seemed obvious, but it actually turns out that the rabbit hole between Hillary Clinton and Nikki Haley is a lot deeper than we thought, because people have gone through her writings and things she said throughout the years, and it actually turns out Nikki Haley has personally admitted that Hillary Clinton was a big political inspiration for her and what she decided to do with her life, which I think is pretty damning. You know, you claim to be a conservative Republican candidate, and Hillary, one of the worst liberal people in our politics in the last 40 years, she's one of your top inspirations. I think it says a lot about Nikki, and it probably says a lot about why also she is such an establishment shill and why she also decides to constantly lie all the time, because we're going to play a snippet here of last night where she basically claimed that none of that is true. She never said that Hillary Clinton was a political inspiration from her, and this has never been true. And then we're going to contrast that with the words on the book that Nikki Haley specifically said many times throughout the years. So this is the expose. This is the fact check on the Hillary Clinton drama. Here you go. Here's what she said first.
Heat for not being conservative enough, for a true conservative from DeSantis. He has a new ad out saying that Hillary Clinton was your inspiration. And he plays a number of videos where you say, yes, you know, we differed on certain issues, but she inspired me to get into politics. I saw her speak at a leadership institute. I walked out the door and I made my decision to get into politics. You're shaking your head.
No, because, I mean, look, DeSantis is desperate. He's lying because he's losing. But let's go. The problem is, if you have to lie to win, you don't deserve to win.
Really? Is that so, Nikki? Okay, let's hear what she's about to say. You get that? If you have to lie to win, you don't deserve to win. Okay.
I never said Hillary Clinton was an inspiration.
Did you hear that? I never said Hillary Clinton was an inspiration. Let's play that one more time.
I never said Hillary Clinton was an inspiration. What I said when I was talking to a group of women who were looking at running for office, I said the same thing about her that I said about Sarah Palin. And that is, when I was looking to run, everybody told me why I couldn't do it. They said, you're too young. They said, you have small children. Oh, you should start at the school board level. And I went to a women's leadership forum at Furman University, and one of the speakers happened to be Hillary Clinton. And I have never agreed with a single thing Hillary Clinton has ever said. And I said that too, but Ron forgot to put that in the ad. But what I'll tell you is, she ended it by saying, for every reason they tell you not to run, that's exactly the reason you should. And I left there and said, that's it, I'm running for office. I had never been politically active. I had never been involved in politics. So they can twist and turn this all they want, but it's because they see what we see. We're surging.
Okay, you just said that Hillary, even in this, she says Hillary Clinton is basically the reason she ran for office, because she sat down and heard a Hillary Clinton speech and was like, this is so inspiring. And that's still pretty damning, in my opinion. It really is. Okay, because it says a lot about who she is, about what appeals to her. And again, when you consider how similar she acts to Hillary in so many different ways, she's bought out by the establishment, just like Hillary Clinton. She lies constantly, just like Hillary Clinton. She uses the woman card whenever people call out her lies, just like Hillary Clinton. you know, it's not surprising to me. And no, Nikki, I don't think you can get away with the fact, especially with Republicans and how much we don't like her, in saying that Hillary Clinton was one of your top political inspirations. But just to give you the record, the receipts here, remember, Nikki Haley said she never said Hillary was an inspiration for her here. All right. Well, then let's compare that with the exact words here of Nikki Haley in the past. Okay. So here you go. So keep this in mind again. She says that people who are saying this are lying. If you are lying, you shouldn't be able to run for president. You shouldn't be qualified for office. And she never called Hillary Clinton an inspiration. Okay, roll the tape, ladies and gentlemen.
If you have to lie to win, you don't deserve to win. I never said Hillary Clinton was an inspiration.
You know, I often say that the reason I got into politics was because of Hillary Clinton.
I didn't know her, although I had met her several years before at a women's professional event in Greenville, South Carolina. At that event, she had inspired me to run for office and make my voice heard. And in some ways, she remained inspiring.
She is actually the reason that I made the jump.
Because you write about her being a big inspiration for you.
I went with my friend Eleanor Kitzman to a firm and leadership program where Hillary Clinton was speaking. And I walked out of there and I said, I'm running for office.
So again, the record is pretty clear here, right? Yes, Nikki Haley said many times throughout the years, in her own words, I was inspired by Hillary Clinton. And she admitted here, like, Hillary Clinton is the reason she ran for office. And then you wonder why people don't like her. You wonder why I obviously spot the obnoxious girl boss, sanctimonious act that Hillary tried to play and why they act so similar and why they seem so similar. It's not surprising because that's literally her inspiration. She takes after Hillary Clinton. And oh, but they have different politics, Vince. It doesn't matter because the personality aspect is the same. And it's the fundamental reason why nobody likes either of those people. And that's the truth. But anyways, she tried to dispel all of this afterwards on Twitter in a highly ironic way. Okay, so here's what she went on to say. She says, fact check after fact check have denounced Ron DeSantis' lies comparing me to Hillary Clinton. Here's a list. And what I found so ironic about that is that this exact behavior, right? The whole fact checking, the fact checker show, that entire act reminds me exactly. It is peak Hillary Clinton behavior, ladies and gentlemen, because the moment I read this, you know what immediately came to my mind? This exact moment, if you'll remember, from the 2016 debate. So it's very hilarious and kind of ironic that even when Nikki Haley is trying to dispel this idea that she is the Republican Hillary Clinton, she does so by acting and sounding exactly like Hillary Clinton. And if you forgot, let me play the tape for yourself.
Because everything he just said is absolutely false, but I'm not surprised. In the first debate...
And the audience needs to calm down here.
I told people that it would be impossible to be fact-checking Donald all the time. I'd never get to talk about anything I want to do and how we're going to really make lives better for people. So once again, go to HillaryClinton.com. We have literally Trump. You can fact check him in real time. Last time at the first debate, we had millions of people fact-checking, so I expect we'll have millions more fact-checking because, you know, it's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
Isn't it funny how similar they sound? Am I the only one seeing that even when Nikki Haley's trying to say, fact checker said this, fact checker said that, I'm not Hillary Clinton, a fact check. She's acting exactly like Hillary Clinton. But just to show you her sources here, because look, maybe she is for real fact checking, right? Maybe what Ron is saying is actually wrong. But again, we played the tapes there, so that's not false at all. She did say Hillary Clinton was inspiring for her. But notice what Nikki Haley cites as the fact checks here. Okay, notice the sources she fact checks from. Okay, so here you go. Underneath this thread, number 1 is from Washington Post. Number 2 is from factcheck.org. You see that? Washington Post, factcheck.org. Number 3 is from the New York Times. Number 4 is from PolitiFact. Okay. Number 5 is from a YouTube video. And another one here is from NBC News. So in other words, her quote unquote fact-checking sources, which I'm not disputing if they're true or not, I'm just pointing this out. Every single source she cited for her fact check, do you notice, is from liberal media. Again, it's from NBC, PolitiFact, New York Times, and Washington Post. Those were her receipts. Those were her sources. I ask you once again, what party does Nikki Haley claim to be running in? Isn't she supposed to be running as a conservative in the Republican Party? What does she think she's proving here by using all highly biased liberal sources as her quote unquote fact checkers, right? Again, what party are you running in? Does she realize how tone deaf that is? It's unbelievable. But in conclusion here today, folks, I think we have clearly established that Nikki Haley is just outright lying and is just hoping that nobody takes about 2 seconds to look into it, because she did refer to Hillary Clinton as an inspiration. She can try to walk back from that now, but literally not only an inspiration, but more or less the exact reason why she chose to run for office and get involved in politics in the first place. To me, that is a red flag. And I think if you're running as a Republican, that is completely disqualifying. That your top role model, your top motivation in doing all of this was Hillary Clinton of all people. Okay. Could you imagine if that was true of any other Republican? Could you imagine if Ramaswamy said that Barack Obama was the reason he got into office, or DeSantis or Trump said the same thing? They would be ripped to shreds for it. Okay. So the fact that Nikki thinks she can just say this and get away with it because my politics are different from Hillary. Okay, perhaps that's true, but Hillary also had a huge personality problem, if we'll remember, and it doesn't really help your case in my eyes that you're admitting to copying the same exact playbook of being a girl boss, thinking that everyone who opposes you is sexist, which she does, and also lying constantly and being incredibly corrupt, copying those same exact behaviors from Hillary Clinton. Yeah, that's not a flex. Okay, that's not a flex. And just because your policies are slightly different, although I would dispute some of that, but okay, that doesn't change the fact that you are the Republican Hillary Clinton. You are. And why do I say that? Again, it's not just because you act like Hillary Clinton. It's because you yourself said your top political inspiration was Hillary Clinton. So Republican voters, if you live in Iowa, if you go into the caucus next week, keep that in mind. Do you trust someone who, A, their top inspiration for running for office was Hillary Clinton, and B, lies about it, outwardly lies about it when the receipts are clearly in front of everyone? Do you trust that person? I hope the answer is no. I hope the answer is no, that you wouldn't trust a person who was bankrupt when they left politics, basically had no money, the family was broke, sat on the board of Boeing, became a millionaire from it, got out of bankruptcy, and is now alarmingly close to the military-industrial complex. I hope a warmonger, a neocon like that, you shouldn't trust that person. I hope you do not trust someone who is funded by entities and endorsed by entities related to the Koch brothers, related to a lot of billionaires who are funding the lawsuits to get Donald Trump off of the ballot. Look up the LinkedIn connection there. Okay, the rabbit hole goes very deep. Nobody should trust Nikki Haley. She is a Trojan horse of this party. It needs to be called out, and it is what it is, Republican Hillary Clinton. With that said, folks, let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comment section down below. Be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and until next time, Alpha Moves Only, God bless, have a very good day, and peace.